Let's talk about keyboards. I can't imagine what it must feel like to be an average, ordinary computer owner and go to the store to buy a keyboard and see the overwhelming choices available. At a simple Fry's electronics store, there's a full aisle of nothing but keyboards. And if you go online, the choices are absolutely overwhelming. Different sizes, button styles, shapes, RGB, wired, wireless. It's got to be like paralysis through analysis. Too many choices. So I'm going to tell you the keyboard that I like, and I think you might be shocked by it. First, you might see this little keyboard and mouse over here. That's what I use as being very portable and out of the way, but I wouldn't want to sit at a desk and type on this all day. This is a great technician keyboard for doing things where not a lot of typing and mouse movement is required, and it frees up a lot of my desktop counter space, real estate. So ignore that, okay? When I sit down at a computer to actually do work, I need a comfortable keyboard that has a nice feel to it. And I once spent nearly $200 for a Corsair keyboard that died after a failed firmware update. I don't even know why I was updating the firmware. It was a stupid thing to do. The keyboard failed, and then Corsair refused to replace it or offer to repair it at any cost. And I vowed I would never buy another Corsair keyboard again until, famous last words, I found a Corsair keyboard for $35, and it's the best keyboard I have used, because if I have a problem with it and I break a $35 keyboard, it doesn't quite get me as upset as breaking a $200 keyboard. I could buy many keyboards at $35. What, about 5 of them? Before I would hit the price of just one $200 keyboard. So what is it? Get on with it. This is the Corsair K55 RGB gaming keyboard. Now, I'm not a gamer. I used to be, but not so much these days. And it's RGB, which if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I roll my eyes at that stuff. However, the RGB, it looks cool, but it drives me crazy, and there's a little button on the keyboard to turn that nonsense off. But here's the thing. This brand new K55 keyboard from Corsair is around, I want to say it's like $50. Okay, hold on a minute. It shows the keyboard is now just $39.99. That's $10 off. I know I paid $50 for it. So at $39.99, it's even a better deal. And I just realized it as I was editing this video and I was grabbing the screenshots that the price is even cheaper. And well, we'll continue with the thought, but I'm about to tell you how you can save money on the refurbished unit. But now the refurbished unit's only $5 cheaper. Still, it's the same thing, and $5 is $5. But we're going to continue the video. I had to kind of put this little edit in here once I realized there was an unexpected but pleasant surprise on the price. So where was I? Oh, yeah. But you can buy it refurbished, which comes in a plain brown box, for $35 when it's in stock at Amazon in the US. And what makes this keyboard so good, in my opinion, is how it feels. I can be a pretty loud typer, and it'll drive people like Mike Smith, who does the Tech Vets podcast with me. It'll drive him crazy to hear me typing while we're talking. It's clack, 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 clack. So this keyboard is much quieter. It's very comfortable. It's got the 10 keypad, and it's got an additional macro key set that you can optionally use if you want to. If you don't know what macro keys are, on this side of the keyboard, right here, you'll see these buttons, G1 through G6. And what you can do is record a series of keystrokes and then play those keystrokes back with the press of G1 or G2 or G3. So for example, maybe you're tired of having to type your email address over and over and over again. So you can hit the record button on the keyboard without installing any software. You hit the record button, which is, it's over here. You hit the record button and then you choose which macro you want to record. So we'll say G1. type in my email address, be careful not to make any typos, and then you hit the record button again. And then it's recorded. Now, anytime I press G1, it types out my email address. If I'm filling out a form or an email, sending an email and I want to include my email address in the email, for example, I just hit G1, types it all out for me, perfect every time. And of course, you've got multiples of macros you can create for repetitive keystrokes you may have to do. And while this is emphasized in gaming, I find it very useful in business. What I also like is the keyboard doesn't require software to use the macros. You can download macro software and assign keyboard keys in Windows if you want to do that. And there are other keyboards that require software to program the macros. I like that I can program these macros, take this keyboard, plug it into another computer, still hit those macro buttons and have everything that's programmed stay with the keyboard. This keyboard is USB and wired. I think it's important to have a wired keyboard because I never want to deal with dead or dying batteries and the problems and support calls that causes when people say, you know, sometimes the keyboard works, sometimes it doesn't, or any potential for any crosstalk with other wireless devices. Keyboards pretty much stay in one place. Unlike a mouse that gets moved around a lot, the cable gets in the way of something that's being moved around. Because a keyboard pretty much stays in one place. If anything, it may be in a drawer that you pull out. That's about the most movement most keyboards see. It doesn't make any sense to have a wireless keyboard on a desktop computer for most people. It's just a waste of money for changing batteries and frustration when you got to figure out, oh yeah, I've got batteries and that's why the keyboard's acting up. You just plug this into a USB port. You don't have to install any drivers. You don't have to install any software. If you want to turn the RGB on, you hit the button. If you want to turn it off, you hit the button. And it's very, very comfortable to type on. And I beat the heck out of these things. And I was so disappointed because I had, when I show it to people, they want one. And I always have a spare and I give it away and then I have to go get another one. And Amazon was sold out of the refurbished items. And Amazon will say things like, well, we don't know if this is ever going to come back in stock again. So I bit the bullet and paid the $50 to buy an actual non-refurbished unit. And then about a month later, I saw that the refurbished ones were back in stock and then ordered a bunch more of those because for $35, it is a fantastic, full-size, comfortable keyboard that is at a price point that if it were to break, you know, if I were to make the same mistake I made before and try and update firmware on it for no good reason, and I break it, it's only $35 to replace it. And that's a much easier pill to swallow than a $200 keyboard. And this is advertised and marketed for gaming. So if you are a gamer, who knows, maybe this might be a great keyboard for that use. I can tell you, I send a lot of emails, I do a lot of typing, and I'm a pretty fast typer on a good keyboard. And that's exactly what this is in my opinion. So if you want to know what I use, the secret is out. It's the Corsair K55. And yeah, I saved the $15. I buy the refurbished version because I'm not saving the box. What's in the box is the same thing. They always work. There's no problems. And as you can see, I've had this a while. It's pretty dusty. I apologize. I should have cleaned it. But you can see I keep these like spare tires. That's how important they are. So rather than having one expensive keyboard, I've got several copies of the same keyboard that's inexpensive so that if I need one, I can instantly change it out and get back to work. So I always have at least one spare on hand at all times. Now I have a link for both the regular version and the refurbished version of this keyboard in the video notes below this video. And as full disclosure, I want you to know that Corsair has no idea I'm making this video. They don't know I'm a fan of this keyboard unless they're watching this video. And I've been using this keyboard for several years now. So I can tell you with confidence that it's well made and highly recommended. It's not unproven technology or a new company we don't know much about. So when it comes to being able to responsibly say to you that this is a good keyboard, I'm saying it with actual hands-on experience over a relatively long period of time for technology. So if you have the opportunity to go to an electronics store where these might be on display to feel how the keyboard feels, I highly recommend it. Or if you order from Amazon, at least here in the US, you know they have a very good return policy that you can send it back if you don't like it. So I hope that answers your question. And this is the keyboard, as I mentioned, I've been using for a number of years. If it wasn't this price point, if it was over $100, I would not be using it. But at that $35 price point at refurbished, and even $50 brand new, that's a fair price. If anything, it's a fair price at 50, and it's a steal at 35. If I'm honest, it's a really good bargain at $35. Now, it's not waterproof or anything like that, but it's a good professional keyboard. And if you do a lot of typing, or if the importance of how a keyboard feels is a high priority for you, it's definitely worth the $35 if you could find it refurbished. And as I mentioned, I've grown so dependent on it. I even pay $50 for it just to have a spare. It's worth it. It's just such a better deal at 35. In the meantime, do know that Corsair is not paying me to make this video. The only way I make money from the video is the little bit that YouTube pays from the views that I get. And then I have links to the keyboard, both the new and refurbished, as I mentioned, in the video notes below the video. And if you click on those links, it'll take you to Amazon in the US, right to the product page. And I make a small commission if you make a purchase. But if you search this out yourself, you're still going to pay the same price on Amazon. So if you want to support the channel and it's something you're buying anyway, it helps us both out. Anyway, I will come back with more of exposing the computer hardware that I use and I recommend. And I think you're going to find a pattern here that I only recommend, for the most part, what I use. And I very rarely recommend the latest and greatest and most expensive and hard to find hardware, with a few exceptions. And I tend to stick with what's tried and true and that I have actual experience with, because in my line of work, I hold accountability to the recommendations I make to my customers. So if I make a bad recommendation, it will come back to bite me on the butt in real life. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all again very, very soon. Until then, bye for now.